What's up, everybody? I'm Matt with Halloween Daily News. Welcome to the Halloween Show, episode 32 for Friday, May 21st, 2021. It's been another crazy week with lots of exciting Halloween news, namely from some of our most anticipated Halloween movies coming out later this year, some of which we featured on last week's live episode. We got another production update on the return of Art the Clown. We got our first look at the new Harold the Mummy, and we got a trailer and release date for The Long Halloween Part 2. Here are this week's headlines. Writer, director, and makeup effects artist Damien Leone has offered another production update on the current status of Terrifier 2. On the film's official Facebook page, Leone notes that he has completed a rough cut of the film, weighing in with a runtime of 2 hours and 21 minutes. In the post, he guarantees that even after trimming the fat, the final cut of the film will remain slightly over 2 hours long. Leone notes that once the film is in a more presentable form, they will tackle distribution, aiming once again for a Halloween release this year, but that will depend on the distribution deal. In the sequel, after Art the Clown is resurrected by a sinister entity, he returns to the timid town of Miles County, where he targets a teenage girl and her younger brother on Halloween night. The film is written and directed by Damien Leone, who also serves as a producer and makeup effects artist. David Howard Thornton once again plays Art the Clown in Terrifier 2. The cast also includes Lauren Lavera as Sienna and Elliot Fulham as Sienna's younger brother, Jonathan. The Disney Channel is currently in production on a remake of the network's first ever original movie, The Halloween Mummy Tale Under Wraps. It'll premiere later this year, and a recently released behind-the-scenes featurette gives us our first official preview. Deadline first reported in November of 2020 that the Disney Channel would be giving a modern twist to its upcoming comedic remake of the 1997 Halloween classic Under Wraps. The cast of the remake includes Christian J. Simon of Sydney to the Max, Malachi Barton of Stuck in the Middle, and Sophia Hammonds of The Social Dilemma, and renowned dancer and choreographer Phil Wright of Disney Fam Jam, playing the film's mummy. As in the original film, the reimagined story takes place a few days before Halloween when 12-year-old friends Gilbert, Marshall, and Amy accidentally revive a mummy that they discover in a neighbor's basement. They affectionately name the mummy Harold, but then they must rush to return him to his resting place before midnight on Halloween. Along the way, the team narrowly escapes a nefarious group of criminals intent on selling the mummy to the highest bidder. When Harold is inevitably captured, Marshall, Gilbert, and Amy must band together to stand up to the criminals, face their fears, and rescue their new friend. The new Under Wraps is directed by Alex Zam of R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour, Don't Think About It, and Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, based on the original movie written by Don Reimer. In a new featurette on the making of the remake, we get our first glimpses of Wright in costume as Harold the Mummy and meet our young cast leads. There are some quick shots of what promises to be a fun Halloween carnival, stops at an apparent haunted house attraction, and a Halloween dance, along with loads of decorations and costumes. Under Wraps will premiere in October 2021 on the Disney Channel. While we're just about a month away from the release of Part 1, the official trailer for Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 was released online today through IGN. The official trailer for Part 2 exhibits a darker, more violent tone than the trailer for Part 1, as the ongoing killings by the Holiday Killer are clearly weighing heavily on both Batman and Commissioner Gordon. Early on in the trailer, Gotham City crime boss Carmen Falcone says, quote, "You know what my people call this past year? The Long Halloween." Inspired by the iconic mid-1990s DC story by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 continues as the Holiday Killer is still at large, and with Bruce Wayne under the spell of the venomous Poison Ivy, Batman is nowhere to be found. Liberated by an unlikely ally, Bruce quickly uncovers the real culprit, Poison Ivy's employer, Carmen Falcone. The Roman, his ranks decimated by Holiday, and his business spinning out of control, has been forced to bring on less desirable partners, Gotham City's rogues gallery of villains. In the meantime, Harvey Dent is confronting battles on two fronts, attempting to end the mob war in Gotham City while also dealing with his own strained marriage. And after an attack that leaves Harvey hideously disfigured, the district attorney unleashes the duality of his psyche that he's strived his entire life to suppress. Now, as Two-Face, Dent decides to take the law into his own hands and deliver judgment to those who've wronged him, his family, and all of Gotham. Ultimately, the Dark Knight must put together the tragic pieces that converged to create Two-Face, the Holiday Killer, Batman, and Gotham City itself. The MPA has rated Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 R for some violence and bloody images. The all-star voice cast includes Jensen Ackles as Batman, along with the late Naya Rivera as Catwoman, Josh Duhamel as Harvey Dent, Billy Burke as James Gordon, Titus Welliver as Carmen Falcone, David Dastmalchian as the Calendar Man, Troy Baker as Joker, Amy Landiker as Barbara Gordon, Julie Nathanson as Gilda Dent, Jack Quaid as Alberto, Fred Tatasciore as Solomon Grundy, and Alistair Duncan as Alfred. Katie Sackhoff of Halloween Resurrection, Battlestar Galactica, and most recently The Mandalorian also joins the cast for Part 2, voicing Poison Ivy. The films are directed by Chris Palmer from a script that reteams him with Man of Tomorrow screenwriter Tim Sheridan. The Long Halloween Part 1 will be released on Blu-ray and digital on June 22nd from Warner Brothers Animation, DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. And we now know that The Long Halloween Part 2 will be released on digital on July 27th and on Blu-ray on August 10th. Both parts of the animated feature film adaptation will then be released on 4K in a combo pack at a later date in 2022. And of course, you can read more about all of those stories right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com. You can also watch my full trailer breakdowns for The Long Halloween Parts 1 and 2 elsewhere on this channel right now. Disney is getting into the Halloween business in a big way. Not only do they have Under Wraps premiering on the Disney Channel this year, they've also got the Halloween special Muppets Haunted Mansion premiering on Disney Plus this year, and officially confirmed this week, Hocus Pocus 2 is coming to Disney Plus in the fall of 2022, and the original Sanderson sisters are all back in Salem. Here's everything we know so far. This week it was officially announced that Hocus Pocus 2, the highly anticipated sequel to Disney's 1993 family Halloween classic, will film this year for a fall 2022 release on Disney Plus. And it has also now been confirmed that the original cast members Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy, who played the iconic witches, the Sanderson sisters, in the original film, are all returning to reprise their roles. Midler herself was the first to officially break the news via a tweet on May 20th, which was followed by further confirmation from Disney. Ann Fletcher of The Guilt Trip and 27 Dresses will direct the sequel from a script by Jen D'Angelo of Workaholics. Filming is expected to begin in the fall of 2021. An early synopsis for the sequel explains 3 young women accidentally bring the Sanderson sisters back to modern-day Salem and must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking a new kind of havoc on the world. On the day of the announcement, Fletcher released the following statement, quote, "Now more than ever, people need to laugh. We should be laughing every day, and there's so much fun to be had with these 3 unbelievable women playing delicious characters from such a beloved film. I am so grateful to be able to play a part in bringing these witches back to life, and to be working with my friends at Disney again makes it all the more special. This is a movie for everyone, from the fans who grew up with the first film to the next generation of viewers, and I can't wait to get started." End quote. In addition to Midler, Parker, and Najimy, the original cast also included Omari Katz, Thora Birch, Vanessa Shaw, and Doug Jones as Billy Butcherson, any of which could also return for the sequel, though we'll have to wait for further confirmation. Last week, Birch did tweet out a GIF from the first film with a caption alluding to the 2022 sequel, suggesting that she may perhaps be returning and reprising her role as Danny Dennison. We expect additional cast announcements coming very soon. Hocus Pocus 2 will premiere on Disney Plus in the fall of 2022.
Of course, we'll be following all things Hocus Pocus 2 moving forward. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of the original and if you're looking forward to the sequel. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any future episodes of the Halloween show or any of the other exclusive content we've got coming soon here on the Halloween Daily News channel. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching.